So, apparently Kotaku attempts to defend Sweet Baby in this article. I don't know why they try to do it. Like, everyone universally agrees that Sweet Baby is not really the problem, but you see games where Sweet Baby has worked on being games that have universally flopped, right? Like Suicide Squad. Well, there's few exceptions, like God of War Ragnarok, but I'm really struggling to think of a single memorable moment in God of War Ragnarok. Like maybe the fight with uh, Kratos and Baldur. It was one of them. But I remember plenty of things with in the original God of War, like the fight between him. Well, it wasn't really a fight, but him and the giant guy who crafted his uh, lightning claws, and and all the time you banged his wife, then you killed him. There's plenty of memorable moments in the original God of War games, but and back to this, like the other games have just completely flopped, like are trash, and it makes you wonder if you cannot put out a product that the people want, why do you exist? It's like they covet your money, right? They covet your wealth. Not only that, they will go out of their way to take other people down just to defend the grip, like they tried to do with that Brazilian Steam curator. They tried to go after Asmongold. They shit on Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, who made a world-renowned anime. Other anime takes inspiration from Dragon Ball, and Sweet Baby, like the people who work on Sweet Baby believe they know better, right? So it's real interesting what they might say. I haven't read this, but we'll read it together. Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what some gamers think it does. No one company is forcing diversity into your favorite video games, Spider-Man and Alan Wake. Well, forcing is an odd way to put it. It's like, again, Sony, the creators of Spider-Man, and the company over Alan Wake, they just want funny money. And nowadays, how to get funny money, so money that you get for doing dick all, is from ESG, which environmental, social, and governance. So again, you need a low ESG score to get the loans, and you tell companies this, they're going to do everything in their power to do this. Like, you might not be forcing them to do it, but you have AAA companies where games cost hundreds of $1 millions to make, and they have thousands of people under their wing. And they also have to hire Sweet Baby, which they probably demand $100,000. And yeah, you want this funny money, right? At the cost of even at the cost of the very consumers not liking the product. Like, they want the funny money. So, and unfortunately, this leads to them hiring ideologically charged individuals, right? Because they're so far away from the market as humanly possible. Like the CEO of Ubisoft talking about how Skull and Bones is a quadruple A company. And people say that, oh, he's probably talking out his ass. But think of it this way. He is as far away from you, the gamer, from you, the consumer, from you, the market, as humanly possible, right? And I don't believe he's dumb. He looks around at other companies that do literally the exact same thing and make a profit, right? So he probably genuinely believes this. He genuinely believes that this product is just in line with all the other products. Unfortunately, the market. He made Skull and Bones at a terrible time where people are just sick and fucking tired of games like that. But he doesn't care. Like he doesn't know. Like he's just some fucking CEO that sucks up dividends. So Sweet Baby Inc. is not the largest narrative design company in the games industry, nor is it solely responsible for the characters and stories in recent high-profile releases like Alan Wake 2, God of War, Suicide Squad, Killer Justice League. But good luck telling some gamers that, brother. This isn't the argument, right? And again, they said themselves that the lead director of Sweet Baby worked directly with Suicide Squad, right? And people aren't saying they're the largest, right? What, they're just 50 fucking people? What people are saying is they're parasites, right? So you have the original product, but then they come in and they are like, oh, let's take this out, or let's add this, let's move this. Oh, what are they, this is what the kids like. Like, they trick the companies into thinking this is what the market wants. And again, people who are as far away from the consumer as humanly possible. And there's this video about, I don't know if it's Sweet Babe in particular, but a consultant company saying that, oh, well, if you don't have your company hire us, like, and you don't get what you want, you know, have a coffee with the salespeople and absolutely scare them about the shitstorm that's about to come. It's like, this is the grift, right? It's the Anita Sarkeesian going like, oh, this is a good game. It'd be a shame if someone calls it sexist or whatnot. So hire me. And she tried doing that with CD Projekt Red, and well, CD Projekt Red just laughed at her, like, fuck no. Apparently, she was hired on EA, and we all know how Battlefield 5 went, or was it 2042? I think it was both. Or no, it was Vanguard in 2142. Or no, it was 2042. But we all know how that went, and now she's obsolete. But this isn't, and again, it's not some gamers, right? That Steam Curator page that has 200,000 people on it, and probably is going to get more, right? On Steam. Like, that's not some people. That's a good chunk of the market, right? Last month, one of the company's consultants covered a Steam group dedicated to detecting games that Sweet Baby Inc. was working on. The purpose, to encourage people to avoid those games because the group had deemed SBI was pushing a woke agenda by working towards greater diversity, equity, and inclusion. The Steam group now has more than 100,000 followers and its own Discord that boasts nearly 2,000 members. But this ire against Sweet Baby Inc., the DEI initiative in general, isn't new. In October 2023, Kiwi Farms post shares similar statements stating that the company's involvement in Remedy's award-winning 2023 action game Alan Wake 2 was possibly one of the biggest scandals in games history. I mean, again, the purpose of the curator group was simply to detect. The market does not want these products. Like, the market is saying, no, people should avoid these games. The games are trash. The Steam curator group just says, oh, these are the games they've worked on. And again, if you believe in your heart of hearts and in your soul that diversity, equity, inclusion is a good thing, you would want the curator group to be there. So people would see, oh, hey, these are the games they worked on. Guess I'll point them out. But that's not what's happening. The market is saying, no, this is not the point. Like, this is a product. The point isn't to push ideology. It's not to push equity, inclusion, and diversity. The point is to sell a fucking product. Now, how you push diversity is making a game as cheap and as accessible and in as many languages as possible, and on Steam, which has the biggest audience you could possibly get, in the game functioning, right? This is how you make a diverse, inclusive, equitable product. But see, your definition, you and I, our definition of diversity is completely different than what Sweet Baby or what Kotaku thinks. Like, they have a completely different definition of diversity. So you'd ask, they ask people, oh, you like diversity? And people would be like, oh, yeah, of course. Like in Mass Effect, you have a diverse amount of races, diverse amount of opinions, a diverse amount of, characters. Like, of course. But they'll take that and be like, oh, well, obviously they want black people. They want melanated niggas, right? Obviously they want vagina. They want people with the vagina between their legs. Because this is what people want. It's like, well, no. If you tried selling that to people like that, they'll be like, well, that's not what we mean. You see how they use definitions and use words to manipulate people? It's very odd. But again, this isn't a new tactic. Like, we know this is what they do. I've been talking about the war game, blah, blah, blah. The conversation around Sweet Baby has ignited a fundamentally misinformed Gamergate-esque firestorm. Its employees have faced rampant harassment as a direct result. Industry figures have had to deny allegations that SBI comes in and completely change their games. I spoke with several employees of Sweet Baby Inc. to learn that the company actually does and what the company actually does, and the misunderstanding of its role in the industry highlights a far broader problem. Again, what harassment? Again, you cannot use this thing where, oh, the Sweet Baby company is getting harassed and blah blah blah. And we have the magic of foresight, right? Because this was a while back, right? Like, we know that the Sweet Baby employees, some of them go after people. Like, one of them went after the Steam curator and wanted his entire Steam account to be banned and all his games to be taken away from him, right? This is something they actively want. And there's another thing where a Kotaku article, like, went out and talked to people on, like, I think it was 4chan. And at first, she was like, oh, why do people not use the real names and the real aliases? And it's like, well, because I grew up in the early 2000s where the internet is the big bad boogeyman, and your defense against, like, scams and against, like, other people's your anonymity, so you use aliases, you use pseudonyms. I mean, again, they claim to know what the gamers want, but they don't know the basic, fundamental interaction people have on the fucking internet, right? And, okay, what the company actually does and how the misunderstanding of its role is. Like, so what do they do? When you get into what they actually do, right? What bad actors think companies like Sweet Baby do? No, just quit with this. Just tell us what they do. The game industry has had its fair share of struggles lately, from massive layoffs to wildly expensive games like Suicide Squad falling short of expectations. Oh no, Suicide Squad flops. Like, that shit falling short of that. That game fucking sucked. And it cost $300 million to make. Right? I think to this day it has like barely 100 people still playing. And it's a live service game, by the way, right? So its model is to psychologically manipulate you into playing the game. And they barely even have 100 people doing that. Short of expectations. According to the loudest members of Sweet Baby Inc. Discord, the company is directly responsible for those failures, not the studio that employed them in the first place because of the content Sweet Baby allegedly forced into the game. Again, Warner Brothers, they just want to make money. But Rocksteady made the blueprint of what hero fighting games were, right? They made Arkham City, or Arkham City game. They made the Batman games and other games, right? And again, I 100% believe Warner Brothers is at fault because again, they wanted to make a live service model that's specifically unsustainable. And I do believe if that wasn't on the table, it would have been a better game. But they had Sweet Baby adversely on the team, making direct changes to the story and making direct changes to dialogue that goes against the market and against the fans. Like there is a scene where Harley Quinn looks at her old suit and she's like, I grew out of that. And again, this was directly against the fans being like, and that's the idea that the things you grew up with needs to mature and grow up, right? Like these are active things, like active talking points that are used in entertainment in general. And people see these things, and yeah, they're going to draw a conclusion. They're going to draw correlations. Even games that are widely considered to be successes are not safe from these conspiracy theories. Alan Wake 2, directed by Kyle Riley, took to X, formerly Twitter, on March 3rd to dispel rumors that Sweet Baby was the reason the protagonist Saga Anderson was black, a rumor first traced back to the aforementioned October 2023 Kiwi Farms post. It's absolutely not true. Riley wrote a rarely concise statement, and similar ones made by other industry members have not silenced the conspiracy theorists. Yeah, I mean, again, the problem is that they don't create, they're parasites. That's why people dislike Sweet Baby and any consulting firms. Like, they've weasered their way into companies, and nowadays companies are distancing away from Sweet Baby, right? And distancing away from Kotaku. Like, I think I know one woman from Kotaku had to effectively beg Hassan to have a platform with him. And it's like, Kotaku used to actually have leverage, but they don't anymore. Like, Kotaku does not have the power that they had in like 2016 where they could literally tank a studio just because they didn't like it. But at least Kotaku back then actually talked about games, right? And again, you had games like Fallout New Vegas, which is one of the best Fallout games, I think. And the people who made that game not get their bonuses because it didn't get high ratings on these gaming sites. Like, so that's the power that they've had over games. But they don't have that power anymore, right? Like, I think people who have more influence over the gaming sphere are people like Asmongold, who's a complete normie, with a completely milquetoast, unprovocative points about games. But even he's shitting on, say, the localizers. Even he's shitting on Sweet Baby. He's just a complete normie, right? But he has 20,000 people watching him mostly concurrently. And again, when people shit on these things, when he shits on these things, people actually look at what's happening, right? When YouTubers shit on these companies, people actually look, like, people are willing to watch Twitch streamers and YouTubers more than these sites. Where's my cursor? There we are. On March 5th, I managed to spend an hour or so in the Sweet Baby Inc. the tech Discord before I was booted from the space, likely because I identified myself as a Kotaku journalist, and a member members shared a post referring Feminist Frequency founder Anita Sarkeesian, Marcus Aurelius, quotes the picture of idolized female bodies in games. One image showed several pictures of the protagonist, Eve, from Korean developer Upshift's upcoming action game, Stellar Blade Upshifts. They're the makers of that Nikkei Goddess of Victory game. Oh my god. See, this Nikkei is the Chinese money printing hack. Like, that game shits money for them. And now they're making another game. And again, you have pictures like these. Again, this is what the market sees. This right here is the market speaking against the trope that's happening. And they're like, oh, conspiracy. It's like, well, if it is, if you genuinely believe in your heart of hearts and in your souls that this is a conspiracy, again, tell us what the fuck they do. Upshift Gaming juxtaposed against female characters from Overwatch, Forspoken, and Life is Strange, embrace traditions, reject maternity, and emblazoned on the colleague. Yeah, I mean, again, this is what the market is saying. Like, the market is saying these things. Almost 2K members. There are already a bunch of infiltrated SIC people here screenshotting everything, Sally. So just keep it cool, brothers. We can't let this server or the stream group get taken down. That's all I ask. Keep it cool. Read a post from March 4th, which was shared again on March 5th. Several people in the Discord expressed concerns about glowies, a term coined by members of the far right for those suspected of being federal law enforcement officials or other informants attempting to infiltrate their online space and set them up for legal consequences. I mean, yeah, this is a tactic as old as the internet itself, right? If you want a site taken down, what you do is you create two accounts. One account that posts, vile shit that will break the terms of service, and another account to flag it. Like, people know these tactics are used. Like, they've been used in the past, and they have worked. Like, this is a tactic that is used to shut down sites, to shut down discourse. Because you need to understand what the problem is, right? The problem is with companies like Sweet Baby, right? And all the entertainment. Like, they don't like people coming together to talk on the cyberspace. Like, people coming together to express what is happening scares them to death, right? So, and again, for the longest time, they had terms of service on their side, right? They had YouTube. They had all these media outlets on their side to shut down dissent. But it just doesn't work because people get together in real life and talk about these things. People get together on Discord and all these things, and they try to shut these things down. Like, the person who worked at Sweet Baby tried to shut down that curator group, and they failed. Right? So the question is, what power do they really have? Like, at first they were able to scare people into keeping their mouths shut, but they didn't change people's minds. They just stopped them from expressing what they've seen. Now people are seeing these things. Even normies are seeing this. Like, again, Asmongold, Moist Critical, like, they're seeing these things happen. So what are you going to do, right? Two members that spoke with me via Discord DMs shared similar statements about why they believe the Steam page and subsequent Discord are important so they can identify games that were developed with support from Steam Sweet Baby Inc. and make an informed decision when purchasing them. Sweet Baby Inc. is a symptom of other ideological worldviews that I believe that have taken hold of Western world media and gaming as a whole. A 31-year-old member of the Discord told me. He also insists that providing evidence that Sweet Baby Inc. adds race and identity group quotas to everything they are involved in. Exactly. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Right? They're not the problem. Sweet Baby Inc. is not the fucking problem. They are the symptom. They are the lightning rod that people are directing their grievances towards. And again, obviously, the members of Sweet Baby Inc. are also like even more vile in my opinion. Again, they tried to cancel Asmongold. They shat on Toriyama. They tried to cancel this Steam Curator group. They're the ones who pushed the old lady down the fucking stairs. Then people get on them and they scream the victim, right? These are the type of people they are, right? And again, people going after them, people are expressing what the fuck's happening to them is bad. Right? They want to operate in the shadows. They don't want people to know what's happening. Though these kinds of several of social media posts argue that the companies like Sweet Baby Inc. somehow force game studios to include diversity characters and storylines, the reality is vastly different. Sweet Baby Inc. is a narrative design company, meaning most of its work is focused on writing stories and dialogue. They are not a DEI consulting firm. That means they ensure the game's plot points make logical sense and are satisfying to players. What the fuck? Logical sense? I don't play games for logical sense. I play games to play a fucking game. Like, escapism. That's what people want. And what Sweet Baby adds is not this. They add current day bullshit. They add Western bullshit to games that people see, right? And again, they train people to think this way. They train you and me to think this way. So, but when you point it out, they're like, "Oh, what the fuck are you talking about? We don't know what the fuck you're talking about." It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Yes, you do. And I guess I'm just not going to... Anything Sweet Baby worked on, I'm just not going to give them my money. And are satisfying for players. To who? The 100 people still playing fucking Suicide Squad? And that characters speak, behave in consistent ways. What? You know that Deadeye used to be a white guy in Suicide Squad until they changed his... They literally messed with the genome of his character, and they tried to use some dumb argument that, oh, well, this Deadeye, that Deadeye was a fraud. He was from another multiverse. This Deadeye is a real Deadeye. So, and it's like, so you're telling me, right? You're telling me that Batman, one of the best detectives in the DCU, was tricked? And again, they use it to justify a race swap. This is what people mean when they talked about these things, right? And of course, the Boomerang is the one character that's actually allowed to be the comedy relief and to be the stereotype. All the other characters are not. Also provide the final rounds of polish, like the Hollywood script doctor. For example, the team worked on Suicide Squad long after the story was written, and even then they joined just to write in-game ads, audio logs, and NPC barks. CEO Kim Belier tells me over video call. She continues, Sweet Baby is at its core a narrative development company. That means anything from script writing to narrative design to narrative direction to story reviews. One of the things that we do offer is cultural consultation or authenticity consultations. What the fuck? So what they mean by this is, if you are black, if you are a melanated homie, like, you effectively have the IP over any black character in fictional media, So, and there's this game called My Land where you played the Native Americans and you went against, the colonists. And people flipped out because they're like, "Oh no, this is cultural appropriation." And one of the guys was like, "Oh no, hire me. I am an Indian man, so just hire me as a consultant." And of course, the company's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Get the hell out of our face." And this is exactly how again, it's a grift, right? You being of a race doesn't give you intellectual property rights on the pixel on the screen that shares your skin color or that shares your melanin count. For the same reason that being a white person doesn't give you intellectual property on all white people, right? I mean, it's they're not real. It is fiction. Like it's pixels on Wonder Woman is pixels on the fucking screen. Who literally exists. She is an object. She exists to be objectified. And again, people don't understand this. You have grown ass adults that have the mindset of 12-year-old girls, and there's nothing wrong with 12-year-old girls. I just don't believe 12-year-old girls should have a say in the things that me, 27-year-old man, watches or plays, right? Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. I think everyone thinks this way, but unfortunately I have to be the asshole, Lucy. I have to be the asshole to put this mindset that everyone has into words. For us, that generally means that, well, it's amazing that you have your own fucking definition of the word, right? It's like you ask 70 different people, you get 70 different fucking answers. But we know what they mean, right? We know what these things mean. For us, that generally means that we might be asked to look at a story if there's a character in it who is marginalized in certain ways, and the studio wants us to connect them with the consultant who can bring a little bit of authenticity, but the perspective is never that we're coming in and injecting diversity. For the most part, it's the reverse. It's that a company has created a character and they want to make that character more representative and more interesting. Again, like, do they not think that people of a completely different race or a completely different gender can't that they can't connect with a character because they don't share that race or that gender? Like, is this what they believe? Because again, I'm watching older sci-fi. Like, I'm watching Star Trek Generations, right? I'm watching the older Dune. Like, that's just not the fucking case, right? There's this game that I played called 99 Nights. Am I going to whip out Google? I'm probably going to whip out Google just to make this fucking point, right? Disregard all the things on the search. I'm just making sure it doesn't show titties. Okay. 90. Am I spelling it right? 9 nights. Disregard this fucking game right here. This should be its own fucking video. But I'm talking about it now, god damn it. There's a specific character in this game that I'm like, yes, this motherfucker is me. It's not showing that. But it's an old game and it does have beautiful characters, right? Beautiful. Again, avert your eyes, sweet baby. Do not ever touch this game or I'm gonna throw hands. Like, oh my god, a beautiful character. Avert your eyes. Oh, hell no. Again, it keeps showing 99 Nights 2, which was the shittier version, but oh my god, a fucking beautiful. Oh my god, avert your fucking eyes, please. Where the fuck is this goofy ass dude right here, right? My most favorite character in that entire fucking game. I think his name is like Meefy. Yeah, this motherfucker was me. This guy had the coolest fucking personality, and he had like that weapon he's using is like a flaming yo-yo, bladed yo-yo. Am I going to need to look at it? Just let me cook. I'm trying to make a point here. Me fee. God damn it. We're doing this. We're doing this. This guy was just cool as shit. Yeah, this was my dude. My most favorite fucking character. Again, I guess this is what? I think it's a South Korean game. But I can absolutely, be with this was me in this fucking game. I can absolutely connect to this character. Because he was just so fucking cool. Right, yeah, there's his bladed fucking yo-yo. Again, the graphics are atrocious, but it's an older game. Like, this was, like, I think I think I'm being gypped here. Like, this had better graphics when I was younger. And, like, this was my favorite character. Like, because I thought he was cool. He has a cool fucking personality. He has a cool, goddamn, this is his, like, special. He just fucking explodes. And again, they want you to believe that if you do not share the same melanin count or the same fucking genitalia as the character, you just cannot connect. There's just absolutely no connection whatsoever. But Dragon Ball teaches you that this is incorrect. Like many people, like even in anime in particular, which is made by Japanese people, right? People can connect. Get that shit off my screen. To them. And again, this motherfucker was me. There was another character that was with him that I thought, oh yeah, there was, where's that scene? No, this is gonna be a long fucking video. Let me cook, I'm cooking. I'm sizzling, let me sizzle. Wait, is it past that point? I think it's, I wish you would stop fucking, is that it? Like, there's this interaction between him and a character. Is this it? Is there going to be feedback? I'm trying to make a point, game. You're not working with me.
Huh?
No one's watching. Now's my chance. I wonder if any of this stuff is worth anything.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay, so you beat the fuck out this character, bro. You beat the absolute shit out of him. And what comes after I want to show, like I fucking blasted this goofy looking guy. He's getting his ass beat. And there's this other interaction. Come on, man. I beat his ass so fucking fast when I first played this. Oh, there we go.
I give up. I'll do anything you say. Tell you what, let me work for you.
Okay. You're a mercenary now, kid.
Mercenary?
We're going to protect the castle.
Please, not that.
Huh. I thought you'd said you'd do anything, kid.
Yeah, brother, me, I think I was like 13. Or was I 14 when I played? I found that to be the fucking coolest. That was so fucking cool. But again, nowadays, no, you don't. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you are a fucking idiot. He doesn't share your melanin count. You're not supposed to connect. You're not supposed to connect! And it's like, no, I think I kind of do. Thank you very little. Do I want to go through all this slop? No, I don't. But let's check the comments. Let's. What the fuck's wrong with these goddamn commercials? Like, are there butt ass naked dude? Are there any comments? I doubt, because I'm pretty sure they'd be lit the fuck up. But again, my whole point is Sweet Baby is still trash. If you don't, for any reason, you do not want to buy a game that they worked on, you are 100% in your right to do so. Even other major companies are pulling away from, are not allowing Sweet Baby to consult their games. So, and again, this is the market going again that's discussing these things, right? So, yeah. I mean, and that's a good thing, Lucy. A good thing. So, anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. Peace.